I got invited down off a mate from who knew my dad, and I was still on crutches. I've gone out at 18. I was in a pub with my mates, and they give you crutches then after this hernia operation, so I was still on crutches, and so I ended up. So my friend, my mates, he got me a job in this textile factory as well, where he was foreman. So I was playing part-time football at Accrington and doing a full-time job in a cotton factory. But it was called D&G Textiles. It was cutting cotton, and then it would go upstairs to the girls who sewed, like duvets. They'd sew it all and that, and then it'd get packed and sent home. But I loved it. I mean, we had a summer of in Euro '96. It was when the Euros were on, and we used to have a dream team, and it was obviously the factory was full of women. There's very few. There's only a couple of lads. My mate used to call a production meeting on a Monday morning, and it was basically the lads getting in his office with brews and just going through our dream teams from the Euros. So I mean, it wasn't brilliant money and that, but it was just a fantastic time to be there. I can't. People say you must have hated it, and I said no, I absolutely loved it because my boss was brilliant.
And it keeps you grounded as well, I think, as well. I mean, what kind of crowds were Accrington? I can never say that, honestly. See, we're Scottish.
Stanley.
Thanks for that.
I mean, they still don't get loads now. It's a shame, really, because the problem with Accrington is that it's stuck between Blackburn and Burnley. And where I'm from, Great Harwood, everyone's either a Blackburn fan or a Burnley fan. Everyone supports Stanley, really. But it's like, and you do get people, if Burnley are away and they don't travel, they'll go on to Accrington or Accrington at home, and same with Blackburn. But I mean, we were getting a few hundred then. I mean, it was back in 1995, 96. Because I left in March '97 when the deadline to Blackpool. But I loved it, and what it was, I fell out with football. I'd sort of been, I've been released. I've got injuries. I had injuries. I've been released from Blackburn, my boyhood club. And my dad's mate, like I said, invited me down. My dad said, "Well, just give it a try." So I ended up going there, and the lads there, the Accrington teams, full of players like Les Thompson, who played for Burnley, Mark Rostron, who'd been around in the lower for Rochdale and stuff, and a lad called Brian Welsh, he played at Burnley and I played at Blackburn. And I remember I walked in the dressing room, and he said, "What are you doing here?" And I said, "What?" And he turned around to everyone and said, "He's because we played Burnley at Gawthorpe in a B team game, A team game, which is young pros and stuff. And I'd scored both goals." And he said, I can't believe Blackburn Rovers have let this kid go. He said, he'll get us 30 goals a season, this kid. And I was looking at him thinking, what? And what he did, it was full of ex-pros, and they give me my confidence back.